G'day, it's Peter back with another episode of the Property Club. I've got my cup of coffee. It's approximately 9 in the morning here in Bangkok, Thailand, and I'm filming. You're probably wondering where I'm filming from. I'm filming from my new condo here in Bangkok, Thailand. But today I'm talking about the Philippines. As much as I love Thailand, I love just as much the Philippines, and I want to talk about 10 reasons why to buy real estate in the Philippines today in 2024. Number 10 is the thriving expat community. So there is a huge expat community, and I need to be honest, I feel more at home and more comfortable and feel like I have more friends, probably because I have been in the Philippines longer. But I don't know what it is, but there's a really good sense of community in the Philippines, and that's really important to me. I think part of it too, Thailand, for example, has increased the elite visa to 5 million Thai baht from like 1 or 2 million Thai baht, depending on the type of elite visa you buy, right? Whereas, you know, places like the Philippines, the visa situation is a lot easier, especially if you have a spouse, okay? Or you're a retiree. They have good retiree visas, and they have visas, you know, for young and old, okay? So really good expat community. I love the community personally, and that's why I spend most of my time, the majority of my time, in the Philippines. Let's talk about government support all the way down. So you've got Subic Freeport, you've got Clark Freeport, you've got all of that. You've got all of the government incentives for those coming to the Philippines and those free ports. Obviously, as a business, you can tap into 0% tax. So a bit more on that later. But yeah, there is a lot of government support and development. So you will notice there is a lot of development, especially in the Clark area. Clark has just gone insane. So both Clark and Angeles City, the prices have skyrocketed because there's a lot of development, and the development's huge. There's lots of apartment buildings, new call centers, casinos, huge, big casinos. I think there's about 7 or 8 casinos, big, giant, you know, corporations, hotels and resorts like the Marriott, Hilton coming in, big companies like the Han Casino has come in. Royce has got a new wing. So yeah, it's all happening there in Clark, and Angeles City is great too. You know, I personally invested hand on heart in Angeles City because I know, you know, just long-term the growth and just how crazy it is. Obviously there in Clark, talking about the Clark region again, you got the airport. So you got the airport in Clark. Most recently, they have started using the Subic airport as well for private use. It looks like they're flying in planes from Hawaii at this stage. There has been a Hawaiian Airlines flight, has flown in, at least one flight has flown in to Subic Bay Airport. The next is number 8, proximity to Metro Manila. Now, as much as I personally wouldn't want to live in Metro Manila anymore, you might want to. And, you know, obviously I'm talking about, when I'm talking about, you know, buying in the Philippines and why buy, 10 reasons why to buy in the Philippines, I am talking about the Zambales region, but you might like Metro Manila and want to buy there. But look, while I still like that whole region, you know, you've got Angeles City, an hour and a half from Manila if you travel at the right time. Same thing goes for Subic Bay, is about 2 hours. And then if you're around about where I am in Zambales, you travel at night, you're looking about 3 to 3.5 hours, depending on where in Zambales you are, whether you're in San Narciso or you're in Pundaka Beach. So look, definitely you want proximity to places, you know, major transportation hubs like Metro Manila. Maybe there's a cheap flight, maybe you're trying to get back, or maybe you need to do something with your visa at immigration. So that is a good point. But yeah, it's accessible to major cities, but my thing is you can go a lot closer to Subic Bay from Zambales, 1 hour, and then 2 hours you've got Angeles, which is much closer. Number 7, and this is a key one for me, it's family friendly. So definitely very family friendly and orientated when it comes to the Philippines. You know, it's normal that you have 1, 2, 3 plus kids, right? So, you know, there's lots of things for kids to do, especially in the malls and that sort of things. You know, you've got good schools, they teach in English, especially in my region. Again, you know, when I'm talking about, you know, buying, I'm obviously talking about my region, but in Subic Bay, definitely they've got some great schools, some awesome schools, and yeah, that's one of the reasons that we focused there. From the very beginning, actually, our house in SBMA was just around the corner from a school when we thought about, you know, having that house and the kid going to school a bit, you know, further down the track. So, you know, still got that house there if needed. So yeah, it's family friendly, lots of parks. Like Clark's got like lots of nice parks. They call it the New Green City. You've got Zambales, which has nice beaches, hiking, you know, lots of things to do, especially for kids to get out in the countryside and live that outback lifestyle. Especially, you know, I want young Pete to be out in the surf and learn how to swim in the beach, and I'll teach him to do that, or ride a motorbike. So out in our area, I think is fantastic. Number 6, tax incentives for businesses. So I did say I would touch on this a little bit earlier today. There are some huge tax incentives, right? Especially in Angeles City and Clark and Subic Freeport. So you've got Clark Freeport and you've got Subic Freeport. When it says Freeport, what does that mean? That means you can import goods in and out of the Freeport tax-free. That means you might be VAT exempt, so you don't have VAT. You get a VAT exemption. You could even get a CIT, a corporate income tax break, for up to like, you know, 6 to 8 years of 0% if you invest in a certain industry within the Freeport. Now that could be a BPO industry, it could be the call center industry. It really depends what they're looking for. It could be a software company or something like that. But obviously the Philippines is looking to obviously enhance its skilled workers, and those companies investing in you know, building sites and call centers and actually training people will receive benefits, and those tax breaks are one of them. So that's a big one. Both Subic Bay and Clark, right next to Angeles City, you can access those breaks. Clark, you do it through the CDC, the Clark Development Corporation, and Subic Bay, you do it through SBMA. So you just go down to the government office there on the bay. Number 5, surfing and that laid back beach vibe. Okay, so number 5 is about, you know, living that lifestyle like I've got, living the surfy vibe, being able to swim every day in the ocean on the beach side, whether it's, you know, at Pundakat Beach, or you want to go up to Crystal Beach at San Narciso at the resort there and swim between the flags, or you want to go up to Liliwa. So Liliwa is a great town. It's got all the beach bars and, you know, ATV riding and lots to do there. And, you know, they've got some really nice sections there of pools of water, which are just like these beautiful turquoise pools. And for swimming, it is great. It does vary during the year. Most of the year, it's pretty flat. It's like glass, almost like a lake. But, you know, the rest of the year, not all of the year, but the rest of the year, depending on where you go, San Narciso and then San Felipe and Pundakat Beach down, there are some really good surf breaks. So that surfy beach vibe, you know, hang 10, hang loose, you know, is a big one. Number 4, so this is a huge one. It's WFH friendly, so work from home friendly. Philippines, what you need to understand, because I've lived in the Philippines a long time. I've been in the Philippines over 15 years, and I can tell you now, forever I dreamed of living in the provincial areas and being out of the big cities and having good internet. And it is hilarious because during pandemic, actually, a lot of the initiative and spending from Duterte, to be fair to his you know, government party, they did spend, and companies like Converge and PLDT rolled out fiber throughout the provinces so you could work from home. So previously the Philippines was not work from home friendly. It is now, most provincial areas, you can now get fiber, and anyway, you don't actually need it, because now Elon Musk, we have the Skylink and you have the satellite. You can pay, I think it's about $90 a month or something. It's pretty expensive, but you have the satellite, and you can get satellite internet as well, thanks to Elon Musk and Tesla. So it is work from home friendly, and the internet is good in those provincial beach areas, which is awesome. Number 3, the Philippines is paradise. The Philippines is a retirement paradise. Now, I'm going to say it's a retirement paradise, but it's also a digital nomad paradise in my mind. So for expats, young and old, whether you're retiring or wanting to have a slower pace of life, or just be a digital nomad and work from home, you know, it does appeal to both young and old. And let's face it, whether you are young and old and you are a retiree, you have options, especially when it comes to dating, when it comes to real estate. Look at the property prices in the Western world and how crazy it is. And dating obviously isn't as easy as it used to be either, since you know, things like dating apps and Facebook and social media. So you know, young and old people are moving for the Philippines, you know, for things like, you know, being a digital nomad, working from home, for relationships, for settling down, for getting married, for having kids, for just living that Tambayan beach lifestyle and having, you know, a different pace of life, or just retiring and, you know, finding the love of your life. Number 2 is affordable beach property. Okay, so you can own beachside or beachfront property at a fraction of the cost of the Western world. So, you know, me in Australia, it would cost, you know, $5 to $10 million to own a basic shack, you know, nowadays in Australia. Even a shack in some of the suburbs of $4 and $5 million in Sydney now, right? It's just absolutely absurd what prices cost. Whereas, you know, for, you know, fraction of the cost, a few $100,000, you might be on the beachfront, or if you wanted to spend a bit less, you could have a house on the beachside at a fraction of the cost. So yeah, that's what's really important. I love living on the beach. I love that beach lifestyle. I'm telling everyone from Metro Manila, get out. The best advice I ever got when I first came to the Philippines, and I wish I listened to this advice when I first came, which is get out of Metro Manila. I wasted 7 or 8 years of my life there. My God, I wish I hadn't. You know, get out, because the provinces, especially in Zambales up north, just, you know, 3 or so hours from Metro Manila, you have that beachfront lifestyle. It is accessible, it is still affordable, but it won't be forever. So get out there, find your patch of dirt and build something for yourself, and build that dream beach house for yourself. Living on the beach, you know, I always dreamed of it. It was kind of my dream moving to the Philippines. Everyone's got their reasons as to why they do. One of the main reasons why I moved to the Philippines was to build my beachfront house, my dream home. And I've done that. And I'm really, really happy about that. And I love that house. I love it. And Pete loves it, and the dog love it. And you know, we've got ATVs and motorbikes. And, you know, we have a great time when I am there. Anyway. The number 1 reason why to buy property in the Philippines is the Philippines property market is booming. There is no doubt in the last 5 years alone, the Philippines has had the best capital growth in Southeast Asia and Asia as a whole, okay? The property market has been insane. Some land developments are coming out, you know, in the provincial areas and selling for like crazy dollars, like, you know, 1,000 peso per square meter, under $20 per square meter, and then, you know, a year later reselling for $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, you know, dollars per square meter. Especially regions like Angeles City, Subic Bay, and of course my favorite again, Zambales, is just out of control. It's booming. I wish I'd bought more, if anything, but obviously it is hard with the laws and obviously how to structure things. Some people use usufructs. I don't recommend that. Obviously, you know, if you do have a partner or you do have a child, you can put property in their name. That does help a lot. You know, setting up companies and, odd structures you can do, but it is complicated. It does cost money with lawyers, so that's the downside. But it's such a lucrative market and it's booming out of control, and especially buying land. Yes, I love units and there are some great deals you can get on condominiums, but at the end of the day, land, especially anything near the beach, that's what you really want to buy, because that's what's going to make the money long term on capital growth. All right, cheers. Thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe. I do need your support. Double thumbs up, and bye for now.